Rise and shine with global entertainment news morning buzz. I am your host, Bella, ready to kickstart today with all the fresh news and stories. And right here with me, bringing her own spark to the studio is Sola. Let's start today's top story with the Nation and Daily Trust. Top story from the Nation. Retired soldiers protest unpaid entitlements. Many retired soldiers have protested unpaid entitlements, demanding immediate payment of outstanding shortfall in their gratuity, parking allowances, and security department allowance. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the first and second quarter voluntary discharge soldiers of 2023 who disengaged from the Army in February 2024 barricaded the main gate of the Federal Ministry of Finance yesterday in Abuja. Retired Corporal Eze Moses says that they were fighting for their entitlements. We served the army for years and our entitlements have not been paid. We don't want to be tempered to commit a crime. Staff Sergeant Simon David says they have been short paid for some time.
Hearing this is so sad and is not good at all. I think the government needs to step up on their game. Imagine the soldier risking their life to protect the country, and now they've retired to enjoy good life, but you are delaying their salary, you are not giving them what they need, and now they are coming out to protest. This is not good for Nigeria at all. So what are they giving down to those that are in work? That means they will feel like they work, they did not work, they will not be paid their money they needed to be paid. This is so bad. It's so bad. It's terrible.
Well, this is one thing that we always talked about for our leaders to actually improving when it comes to certain things like this. When it comes to the everything has been mentioned on over and over again, and then it feels like this time of tenure, or should I say, this ruling party are not actually here to put Nigeria into the right track, but instead their own selfish interest. Because I know that some of those that have actually retired from, let me say, presidency or even government sitting and all that are still receiving their allowance up till date and even receiving their own let me say retirement paid and all that that is not even being delayed. But when it comes to the other things that you think that those things needed to be done, they look away from it. When you say here we have the teachers protesting, we have the doctors, the educational sectors protecting, the security sectors protecting, the health sector is protecting, the everything that is under this leadership are being neglected, but their own pocket was never being neglected for once, and it's really sad.
So bad.
Well, let's move on. Ondo resident protest deplorable road. Residents of the Abobagi Akoko in Akoko North West local government area of Ondo State yesterday took to the street in protest over the deplorable condition of federal road leading to their community. The protesters, mostly farmers, artisans, motorists, and traders, decried the poor state of Ikare, Ibagi, Iru Akoko Road, which connect to Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State capital, lamenting that it has caused hardship, including frequent accidents and loss of life. Defining the rain, the residents marched on the designated routes in the Algerian community, carrying placards and banners with inscription called for urgent government intervention. Speaking on behalf of the protesters, Oluwatoyin Aderemi described the protest as a collective cry for help, saying the terrible state of the road had become a nightmare for motorists and residents plying the road on a daily basis. Reacting to the protest, the federal controller of the work in Ondo State, Wasiu Owolabi, says work is ongoing on the 40-kilometer stretch of the road.
Work is ongoing, like, and there is nothing to show off. It is every year they keep signing bills, infrastructures bills, road payment bills, and there is nothing that has been done so far. These people, when they want to enter to the throne, they will talk, they will give us all this propaganda, they will give us the things we need to hear. But when they get worse the worst, they would not do anything. And it is so bad. These things keep causing accidents. There is loss of life. Every day we keep losing life. Every day accidents are being keeps happening, and there is nothing that has been done. Imagine for so many years, and now it's coming out to say 40 meters road is being done. Where is it rather?
Um, Let me say that these things of government negligence of when it comes to a good road for most communities, it's really a sad one. And then I don't know, it's not that I don't know, but if I could recall, every time traveling that road, it's really, really a bad one. It's
Yeah.
it's a bad one that you don't you in your heart you have to be praying that let the car should not go into a deep pothole, a very deep one that can even a trailer self cannot even will have to try its best to pass through that road. And it's been neglected. And but every time they are going to sign a bill, collect loan for infrastructure, collect loan for road and all that. It's only the one that they know that this one is a public view. Foreigners pass through it. That is
They
the
will
one they
do.
wanted to use as a let me say a show off. But the one that actually needed to be done, they forget about it, and it's really sad. Well, let's move on. 22 killed in Niger crash. Niger State Sector Command Federal Road Safety Commission Aisha Saadu has confirmed the death of 22 people in a lone lorry crash in Suleja, Lapia Road yesterday morning. Saadu says the lorry, which was conveying people and goods from Kano to Lagos, crashed about 3:40 a.m. Wow. She says the lorry had on board 42 male, of which 22 died while 20 were injured, adding that the FRSC official attached to the Lambata and Suleja responded immediately. They were informed of the crash. The commander says the injured were taken to the Federal Medical Center in Lambata, while the bodies of the deceased were deposited at Suleja General Hospital.
Yeah, this is a bad news to hear. 22 people losing their life. Condolences to the family of those lives that were lost. But I to me, I feel whenever someone wants to travel, be it a car, be it a tricycle, be it a lorry or a motorist, they should keep checking. They should keep servicing their things they want to use to travel, the cars they want to, because accidents cannot be invaded, accepted. But there are things you do. They say prevention is better than cure. You prevent it before it happens. Even though if it will happen, it won't result to 22 people losing their lives.
Well, when it comes to road accidents, let me say that it's nothing that can actually be prevented. Well, even if you say that your car is well serviced and well checked, any other motorist can actually bump into you. We are
Yeah.
talking about bad road and all that, and then
Mm-hmm.
any of this can actually lead to accidents. And then the prayer is that it should not result to a lot of
Of
any
life being lost. Yeah.
life being lost. And this is actually a sad one. Well, my condolences to those that their families as well. Well, let's move on. Abia police killed 5 kidnapping gang members. The Abia State Police have killed 5 members of a notorious kidnapping gang. The police team recovered 6 AK-47 rifle, 335 rounds of ammunition, and 4 magazines, 5 headsets, 3 cutlasses, 5 jackets, 1 axe, 1 boot, 1 polo charm, and 1 double-barrel long gun. The state police relations PPRO Maureen Chinaka has says the breakthrough was part of their effort to curb kidnapping in Umu Ozo community. Chinamaka says the team privileged credible intelligence that enabled a joint tactical team of Abia State Police Command to storm a kidnapper's den at Umoku Obete village in Akwa West local government area who were linked to kidnapping. Wow.
Kudos to the police for actually combating this. But how? I keep asking, how do these people like six AK-47 rifle, 335 ammunitions? How were they? How did they get to this? How?
That question is not something that is not well known. I'm still going to say it before I've said it before that if anything that needs to be done, be it good or bad way, and you know that you needed an equipment for it to be done, you're going to find those that are dealing with it and you're going to have the money to purchase it. It's not going to be on a, if you are in the security personnel, it's only the security people that are allowed to carry guns and all that. Though the kidnappers know their way out, how to get all those weapons that they are supposed to be using for their operation. So it's not as if that how do they get it? How will they not get it if all this thing is already going to be available to them? Whoever that is their boss that is providing all this, or let me just say, whoever that is providing all this to them, selling all this thing to them, is what is going to. Like when I said that crime cannot actually be erased completely from a country, but instead those things needed to be put into check regularly, so that most people that are involved in this, that the way the country, let me say Nigeria, is going into, it should be reducing on where, well, the positive that is being provided by the leader and also the security personnel. Well, on today's top story from Daily Trust: troop rescue two police officer, 9 hostage in crackdown on bandits in Benue. Our correspondent reported that the operation, which occurred between Saturday and Sunday, was led by Commander of Sector 1, Colonel Kolawole Bukoye, with support from the air component and the strategic coordination by Sector 3 in Wakari LGA of neighboring Taraba State. The OPWS force commanders, Major General Moses Gara, while briefing journalists in Makurdi on Monday, says the joint force launched stimulation strike on Tese Aho and Chito community, dealing a significant blow to bandit operation in the area. He explained that troops encountered the kidnappers' base and engaged the criminal in a gun duel, dealing to the arrest of 2 suspects while others fled, abandoning their captive. 11 hostages, including 7 men and 4 women, were rescued during the following up search and rescue mission. They received medical attention and were profiled ahead of uniting with their family, Gara said.
Yeah, this is a good job. But like we said, crime cannot be evicted in Nigeria. But kudos to them for what they've done. They should keep up the good work. And I
Put in more action instead of accepting those people to live with us for
fear that they will not be caught in any act of anything. Can they do this kind of thing outside the country? They can, because instantly when they get there, they will be caught. That is just the painful part there.
Well, let's move on. Resident motorists stranded as flood hit Lagos. The downpour, which started around midnight, led to severe flooding on both the island and the mainland, crippling trade and economic activities across Nigerian commercial routes. Another resident recorded his home completely flooded, lamenting from August 3rd to 4th, "My house inside and out is full of water. It is like a big ocean. Look at cars submerged." Flood-prone areas such as Lekki, Etel-Sosa, Ajegule, Agege, Surulere, and Alimosho were among the worst affected. Shops and markets in Maryland and Oshodi remained closed as of 10 a.m., while many commuters were stranded for hours on the flood road.
Rain cannot be stopped from falling. It is we that will take precautions. When this rain, we know that we are in the season of rain, let me say in the month of rain. Now that we know that we are in the month of rain, there are things we need to do. And as I will tell people, don't build house beside a river or an ocean or a sea. Because when it happens, you'll be the one to suffer for it. You can't blame the government. Understandable that the government are are not trying enough, but at the same time they are doing some things. And if we ourselves cannot come together to be in one unity, then we should be ready to face what comes after it.
Um, well, I'm going to say that this one does not actually have to do with if you build house close to a sea or build house close to a river. It has to be done on a block drainage one, and it also has to be done that this Lagos State is actually surrounded by water,
Mm-hmm.
and no matter where you think that you are actually building a house, you are going to be encountering this, except if you are far, far away from where you know that this flood cannot actually affect it. It's actually a natural disaster, and then everybody is going to encounter it. We all need a roof over our head, and
Yeah,
then this thing of a flood can happen to anybody, and it can
anytime.